Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hi, thank you. Mercy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tattletales. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for coming today. What a super-looking group. Everybody's smiling and up and ready to go. You're all going to win some money. I personally make you that promise. Not you at home. That'd be too difficult. But everybody here is going to win some money today, and here are the folks that are going to win it for them. We got a good group, too. Winning money today for the blue section. There she is, little mother. Patty Deutsch and her husband, Donald Ross. Hi, gang.
Hiya, Bert.
Hello.
How's Max?
Max is terrific.
Yeah, do you know that we get a lot of questions here, and from the audience in the studio, too, asking us if Patty and Donald had their baby, and they did, and his name is Max, and he's beautiful. I've seen him. Take my word for
thank you.
And you're both beautiful, too. Thank you for coming today.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's true sportsmanship. The banana section applauded for Max. So that'll be the last hand you'll get from the banana section today. Winning money for the bananas. Speaking of the bananas, Barbara McNair and her husband, Rick Manzie. Welcome, Barbara and Rick. You're rookies today, too.
Yes, our absolutely first time.
But
we watched it many times, so
that's
I think
good.
we're ready.
So you kind of know what kind of craziness goes on here.
Yes, we're
Rick,
ready.
can you hear me all right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and you're ready to go for the bananas. Okay, you're going to get them in just a minute, too. Now, this is another rookie group on our show today, winning money for the red section, star of the world champion Warriors from San Francisco, Mr. Rick Barry and his wife, Pam. Star of the world champions. Doesn't that sound good, Pam?
Great.
Isn't that terrific? Rick, how long have you been waiting to be on the world championship team?
10 years, Bert, and it
10
was
years.
worth the wait.
Sure was. Just by way of a point of information, I happened to be in San Francisco when you won that. I think I told you that.
Right.
It was the most exciting thing I ever saw. It really was wonderful. To be in that town when it happened, too, was really kind of special.
Well, we're going to make the red section #1 today.
All right, let's do that. If you are ready to go, gang, here's the first question worth $150, and this is it. Men, since you've been married to your wife, do you think you've become more attractive to other women? Or do you just hope you've been... Men, since you've been married to your wife, do you think you've become more attractive to other women? Don't say anything now. Go away and think it over. I'm sure they've thought about it a great deal already. Patty, what will Donald say to this?
Which wife?
Well, take your pick. I mean, this one, that one.
He is becoming awfully vain.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he takes time to pick out those terrible outfits that he wears now. I think he thinks he's just cute as a button.
Yeah.
That's what I think he thinks.
That's what he
thinks. I mean, he is cute.
Oh, yes.
I don't know that he's cuter or more attractive.
Because he's been married to you.
Yeah.
Well, he's pretty cute.
And other women are starting to look awful good to him. Because it's only been 5 weeks since I had the baby.
Right, I was just going to ask that. I noticed him talking kind of fast and acting a little frantic here.
Actually, a loaf of bread is looking good to him. Anything looks good to him at this point. Which I don't mind, except that he takes it to the dinner and show.
Yes,
you know, that I find a little...
That he's got to stop that.
But I think, yeah, I think he thinks he's...
Other women find him more attractive.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring on that silly goose now. First of all, Donald, how are things going on Dinah? Donald is a writer on the Dinosaur Show. Things good? Donald?
Yep.
Fine.
Yeah, we've won 2 Emmys.
Yeah, I know that.
None of them for what I did.
No, oddly enough. Here's a question, Donald. Since you've been married to your wife, do you think you've become more attractive to other women?
Well, since I get more attractive as every day goes along, I think it just naturally follows that since I've been married, I have become more attractive to women.
That's what Patty said. You're right.
In 10
See,
years,
it's
yeah.
funny. All the women in the blue section seem to think you're terrific, too. I don't understand that.
In 10 years, from now, I will be magnificent.
Is that right? We'll
And
check
I'll go
your-
the way of the first wife.
You have a share of the pot, sir. Thank you. Barbara,
you.
what will Rick say to this?
Oh boy, this is a tough one. Now let's see. He has always been attractive to women. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He's a very attractive man. However, I do think that he has found that since he's been married to me, more women are interested in him for more reasons. Yes, I think he is will find himself more attractive to women.
Okay, you'll say yes. Let's see what Rick says.
Yes.
Rick, since you've been married to Barbara, do you think you've become more attractive to other women?
No, I think less.
No, that's not what she said. Oh, he was, look, now he's becomingly modest. He said, no, I think less. Isn't that what you said, Rick?
How
Yes, I
could
think.
you be less attractive to women now? You're getting more beautiful every day. You keep telling me about all these women that are chasing you all the time.
Maybe it's just talk, Barbara. Maybe that's the
Maybe
idea.
it's talk, yeah.
Sorry about that, Rick. Pam, how about Rick? What will he say? There's an echo in here. I keep saying Rick.
Well, since we've been married for forever, I would have to
Forever?
definitely say yes, because since we've been married, he let his hair grow and he got his teeth fixed, and and he really looks a lot better. So he's
Do you
getting
believe
better.
the man is one of the greatest basketball players of all time? And she says, well, he got his hair combed and his teeth fixed. And now he's terrific. Okay, you'll say yes.
Definitely.
Okay, Pam, let's bring him on. Rick, since you've been married to Pam, do you think you've become more attractive to other women?
Without question.
That's it. Rick is right, Patty and Donna are right. We split the opening pot. We'll come back and split all the rest of it in a moment. See you in a second. Come back now.
It's Buzzr's Pick and Play Summer and your chance to win. Each week, go to buzzertv.com, vote for your favorites, and we'll air the winners.
See how it works now?
While you're there, be sure to enter our drawing, where you could win gift cards or our $500 grand prize.
Good luck.
Your chance to win is just clicks away. On Buzzer, let's play.
Here we go. Question number 2 coming up. We're going to have fun today. Stick around. This is a good group. Fellas, it's for you. It's worth $150. Men, you meet some friends at a restaurant for dinner, and along with them is a woman you never met before. She turns out to be an aggressive and militant woman's libber, or women's libber. Now she excuses herself to go to the powder room. Would you go through the usual gestures of standing up when she leaves and returns to the table, help her with her chair, and so on? Yes or no? I'll bet that's happened to you. It's happened to me. You meet some friends at a restaurant for dinner, and along with them is a woman you've never met before, and she turns out to be an aggressive and militant woman's liber. Now, she excuses herself to go to the powder room. Would you go through the usual gestures?
She goes to the powder room?
She excuses herself to go to the powder room. Well, what should I have said? To the person's room?
That's right.
She excuses herself to go to the person's room. I don't know what person it is or whose room it is, but...
Look, it's her problem. I mean, it's not our problem. It's her problem.
Would you go through the usual gestures of standing up when she leaves and returns to the table and help her with her chair and so on? Yes or no? Think it over, gang. It's a good situation because your wife was with you too, you know. Off you go.
What?
Now.
We're there too?
Sure, because you meet some friends at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now, I don't know how you feel about that, but he has to take that into consideration, too. We'll start with you, Barbara. What will Rick do in this case?
Oh, you got to start with me, right? Okay. Now, I know that he has a tendency to treat women with the respect that he thinks they are due. If a woman is respectful, he treats her respectfully. If he feels she's not, he generally does not. But so far, I've been wrong about everything he's going to say. But I would say, no, he would not get up in that case.
He wouldn't do it. Since she's a women's liber, he probably would think that she wouldn't want it or expect it, so he won't do it.
Yes, that's...
The answer is no.
No.
All right. Yes, it's no.
Yes,
Don't let
right.
me confuse you. Once I start, we're both dead.
I'm trying, Yellow Group. We're going to get something going here.
You're going to do
Okay.
fine. Let's bring him on, see what he says.
Oh, be right.
Rick, now you and Barbara are with these friends, and they've got a lady friend along that you don't know. She's a very strong, militant women's liber. She gets up to go to the powder room. What are you going to do? Are you going to stand up and do all these social amenities, or no?
I think I would.
No, she said no. Well, one thing, they're batting 1,000, gang. I mean,
I thought I knew my husband. You know, I'm finding out a lot
by the end of the
today.
week, you'll get to know him pretty good.
Oh.
Sorry about that, Rick.
Oh,
Do you
well,
want to explain?
From now on, I'm going to give exactly the opposite answer that I think. This is what I'm going to do.
No, you can't. You have to go with what you think he's going to say. You're
Yeah,
playing
but
it
I've been
right.
wrong.
Well, maybe, you know, it'll even out.
Oh,
don't
well.
worry about it. Sorry about that, Rick. But you're batting 1,000, so don't worry about it. Pam, what's Rick going to say?
Can I ask you where she's sitting? I mean, if she's sitting inside, then he'd have to get up so that she could get out.
Do you believe that?
Right.
Oh, you tricky devil. No, it's not on my card. I don't know where she's sitting.
Darn.
She could
That
be
would
sitting, you know,
help.
any place.
Oh, gosh, this is really tough because he's real strong about that. I'd have to say he would probably... What do you think? What do you do? He'd get out? You think he would? I'll say, for my section, I'll say he would get up.
You'll
But he's
say-
rude, so he might not. I'll say he will.
He's been rude on occasion, has
Yes,
he?
yes. But
Well,
I'll say
when you're as big as he is, you can afford to be a little rude when you want to.
I'll say that he will get up.
He'll get up and do all of those things. Okay, let's bring him on. Shh, don't say anything. Rick, now you're at the table with this lady that you don't know, you and Pam and your friends. She's very strong, very militant, women's liber. She gets up to go to the powder room. Are you going to get up and help her with a chair and do all of those things, or are you not?
Not a chance.
That's it. It's not it. Oh, I'm confused. Here we go again. Sorry about that.
It wasn't me, honey. It was them. They don't know you.
That's right. I went with you, and that's what stuck in my head.
No way.
You wouldn't do it.
No.
No.
You figured that
My
that's.
husband wouldn't do it either. He may be lying, but he wouldn't do it
He
either.
wouldn't do it
No,
either.
No.
Okay, we got two guys that don't seem to know what they're talking about. Let's see how about Donald. Nobody's gotten it right, fellas, so don't worry about it. What about Donald? What would he do?
Well, Donald doesn't really know from your social amenities. I mean, he knows, but he doesn't practice them anyway, so
Right.
I don't think that would enter into it. I think he'd probably offer her a cigar and buy her a shot and a beer.
Yeah. And if this lady was as strong as it says on my card, she'd take it too, wouldn't
That's
she?
right.
Okay, you're gonna say
No.
no. He wouldn't do it. Let's
No.
bring him on and see what he says. Fast, Donald.
Yes, sir.
The other two guys haven't gotten it right. You can get this whole pot for the blue section, $150 in one shot. What are you going to do? You're at the table with this woman's liber, and she's very militant now. But you know, Patty's there and your other friends. She gets up to go to the person's room. Are you going to help her with a chair and do all of those things, or are you not?
This is a tough question. The only thing I'm sure of is that I wouldn't give her the quarter.
Right.
I would stay in my seat.
That's right. That's what she said. You got it. You You get it all. It's halftime, ladies. We'll change places. We'll bring the gentlemen out front, and while we do, we'll break away for these messages. Come back for the second half. See you in a moment. We'll talk about it. Hello, how are you? We've changed places after halftime. I have the gentleman with me. Ladies, are you ready to go?
Hit it.
You got to play catch up to Patty and Donald. They got all the money at this point. This one's worth $150 as well. Ladies, your new neighbors are a young couple who seem to have no sense of privacy. You can see them swim in the nude in their backyard, and they don't close their large bedroom window when they make love. And now you're going over for a get-acquainted drink.
Oh.
Seems kind of redundant, doesn't it? Would you suggest to them outright that they be more discreet, or would you drop subtle hints about it, or would you say nothing? Or would you like to move in? Well, that's not part of the question. I'll say it again. Your new neighbors are a young couple who seem to have no sense of privacy. You can see them swim in the nude in their backyard. They don't close their large bedroom window when they make love. And now you're going over for a get-acquainted drink. Would you suggest to them outright that they be more discreet, drop subtle hints about it, or say nothing? Think it over, girls. We'll come back for your answers in a moment. Off they go. We'll start with you, Rick. What will Pam do in a case like this? Or what would you both do?
Well, we both like to swim in the nude, so that's not too bad.
Maybe you're the couple on the card here, then.
I do close the blinds. I think we're the people they're talking about. I would have to say that Pam would say that she would say nothing.
She would say nothing. Okay. Has this ever happened to you?
Well, I saw two guys one time.
That's a whole other question that we'd probably not rather get into at this time. Okay, here we go. Let's bring on Pam. Pam,
Me.
You're going over now to this couple's house to have a little get-acquainted drink, even though you probably know them better than they think. Would you suggest to them outright that they be more discreet, drop subtle hints about it, or say nothing?
Being open-minded, I would just say nothing.
That's it. You're right.
There you go, honey.
Thank you, Pam. Donald, what will Patty do in a case like this?
She'd probably tell him to keep up the good work and leave. That's about it. She wouldn't say anything.
She wouldn't say anything.
No.
Does that ever happen to you?
No, but it beats paying money to go to the movies.
That's true. You said it. Okay,
Yeah.
she'll say nothing. Let's bring her on. Patty, what are you going to do? You're going over this couple's house for a drink. Are you going to tell them outright that they should be more discreet? Are you going to drop subtle hints? Or are you going to say nothing?
I think we probably just giggle a lot and say nothing.
That's it. Oh, yay yourself.
Patty is a woman who knows the value of $1.
Yes, that's true.
I don't understand that.
And so does the blue section. Greed is welling up in their eyes, even at this very moment. Rick, what will Barbara say? What will you do now? Will you tell them outright that they should be more discreet? Will you drop subtle hints? Or will you say nothing?
Well, I would tell them outright. I think Barbara would wait for me.
And that you would tell them to be more discreet?
Right.
Right. Okay, let's bring her on and see what she says. Shh, 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 shh. Yes, now, yeah. All right, Barbara, you go over there now. Would you suggest to this couple that they be more discreet or drop subtle hints to them, or would you say nothing?
Oh, now I have to decide between what I would say and what I think my husband thinks I'm going to say, right?
Well, you're both going over together, yeah, so...
I think I would drop subtle hints.
No, that's not what he said. He said, tell him, you tell him outright, is what he said.
I knew it was one of the two.
It had to be one of those two. Well, your record is still perfect. I wouldn't worry about it. Pam and Rick, Patty and Donald split that pot in half. We'll come back with a big question. Anybody can still win. They've come from zero before. See you in a moment. This question worth $300 will decide the issue. And Rick and Barbara, you have to know that just the other day, Charles Nelson Riley came from zero to win the game on the last question. It has happened. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Ladies, we've all heard the expression, I can read you like a book. Which of you is better able to read the other this way? You or your husband? We've all heard the expression, I can read you like a book. Which of you is better able to read the other this way? You or your husband? Okay, off you go. Now, Rick, we'll start with you and see if you can get on the boards with this one. Which one of you is better able to read the other one like a book?
I think Barbara could read me.
She can read you better than you can read her.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Cross everything, Rick. Here we go. Barbara, between you and Rick, which one would you say is better able to read the other like a book?
Oh, gosh, I hate to spoil a perfect record today, but I think I'm going to get this one right.
Okay.
You see, he reads me pretty well,
yeah,
but he can't hide anything at all, so I read him better.
That's it! You did it! Huzzah! Huzzah! Congratulations. All right, now, we have set up exactly what we talked about. Rick and Barbara have a share of the $300. And now, Rick, it's your turn. Let's see what Pam does here.
Well, I would have to say that Pam definitely can read me a lot better than I can read her. And if we don't win this game, it's because you talked her out of answering the question the right way. Remember that game?
Oh, see, that's what is known as an advanced cop-out. Okay,
She can read me better.
She reads you better. Let's bring her on and find out. Pam, between you and Rick, who is better able to read the other?
Oh, no question. I can read him much better.
That's it. You're right. Yes. Got everything crossed?
Better.
All right, now we still have a pressure situation because, Donald, you've got to get this one right now. Okay? Here we go.
I can read Patty like a book, so I know that she is going to say, you can either laugh or try to win money. It's up to you. She is going to say that I can read her like a book.
She's going to say that you can read her
Yes.
like a book.
Yeah.
Let's bring her on and see what she says. Patty, which
Yo.
of you is better able to read the other, you or Donald?
That's a toughie. I think he can read me better.
That's right. What do you know? They all got it right. We split it 3 ways, gang. That $300 goes on 3 ways, and Patty and Donald have done it. For the blue section. Should be 4 up there. Put 4 up, and we'll be back in a minute, let you know exactly how much they've won. Come on back. Big winners, Patty and Donald today for the blue section with $400. We had 1,000, 1,400 big ones. Congratulations. Thank you all. You were all splendid. See you next time on Tattletales. Bert Convey saying so long, everybody. Bye now.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.